The Kick-Off Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to the Kick-Off Sports Breakfast Show with Damian on your Saturday morning. And I'm going to talk a little bit, something a bit different now. And I'd like to welcome into the show a mate of mine who has had to change it up over the last few weeks because there's no sports. So welcome into the show from Weston Design. It's Blake Weston. G'day, Blake.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm very well, my friend. How are you doing at this time?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Pretty good.
Good. Now I've seen you on the sidelines at TSB Arena the last couple of years, and mate, firstly I want to hear the story. How'd you get into it?
Initially I started off like my main side of my business and what I do. Like my main hobby is sort of the graphic design side, which I all started doing a couple of years back. I just had some spare time one day, and there was a game coming up that weekend for Team Wellington, and I saw there wasn't really any promotion around it. And then, I just designed up like a basic Facebook cover photo for them and sent it to them on Facebook saying, hey, you can kind of use this if you want. And then they used it. They loved it. They messaged and wanted me to do all this stuff that summer, like match day programs, social media content. And then from there, it kind of just took off. Like a few weeks later, the Phoenix were emailing me, wanting me to help out with their stuff. And then it kind of just expanded to more football clubs, some rugby teams like the Saints and that now as well, and Pulse Netball this season too. So, it kind of all just started off from like the one cover photo I did that day, and word of mouth kind of spread, and kind of doing all sorts now.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Hey, did you have a big interest in sport? Were you quite sporty before that?
Yeah, so I've always played football my whole life. So real big into football, and always had like a passion for that. And then as soon as I sort of got into design back at school, and then I moved down to Wellington to study at uni as well, I just started doing more and more sort of integrating the football and design together, and seemed to be a big market for it, and everyone seemed to like what I did. And everyone started sort of asking me at trainings and things like that if I could do them their own personal cover photo edits and things like that. So it's always been good, and it's good kind of being able to mix my two passions together.
Absolutely. Mate, before I did this, I didn't even think that I could talk sport and do radio. It just wasn't even a thought until someone put it into my head. Was that what got you into the graphic designing? Was it that playing with the sport, or was it a different form of graphic design but sport kind of pulled you in?
It's actually kind of like it's weird when I think back now how different it could have been, because it all kind of goes back to like year 11 at school. I always tell the story to people. Was on the last day of the school, I'd already chosen my subjects for the next year on the last day of the term, sorry. And I hadn't chosen design because I hadn't really used computers much before and things like that. And then at the end of the day, I went to leave school to go home, and then happened to walk past a teacher I had in year 9, and he asked me, why aren't you taking design next year? And I said, I haven't really used computers. I don't know if I'll be that good at it. And he said, don't worry, just quickly go to the office, sign up, and I'll teach you the basics next year. And then so kind of went to the office, quickly changed subjects, swapped from painting into design, and then since then that was my favourite class. And then realised I could mix that in with football, and ended up doing a few of my projects on football stuff, creating like magazines and billboards and so on. So always kind of just grateful and thankful that I walked past Mr. Lindsay that day.
Oh, shout out to Mr. Lindsay, definitely. Oh, mate, awesome. Hey, one of the moments of being behind the scenes or down on the sidelines is that you get to see a lot of moments, probably a little bit more so than on the TV or in the grandstands. What has been your favorite moment of being involved with sports so far?
I don't know. I quite like, obviously from the design side, and kind of using that kind of with some of the clients and stuff like the Phoenix and that. It's been quite cool. Then getting into the photography side of it, like I remember the first day walking out at Westpac down the tunnel, and then I think there was maybe 8,000 fans there, and it's like, you're just walking out with the all access pass, and it just kind of felt, I don't know, quite a cool moment walking out. And then same even sort of last year at the Saints, and it's cool experiencing the atmosphere almost from like a different perspective, like down on the sideline, and then you get to know the players, and like you see everything from a different perspective as well. That I quite like about it.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, mate, COVID has changed everything. We have had to think differently, and of course, we haven't had any sports. So, mate, how have you kept busy over the last few weeks?
It has been a bit different. I guess a lot of the stuff we do, since it's kind of primarily sports-based, has kind of been postponed just sort of until the season starts off. But we've still been creating a bunch of content for, say, like the Pulse and some bits and pieces for the Saints and some of our clients that kind of want to keep content rolling out. But actually, about 2 weeks ago, I actually sat down and decided to start doing some drawing on my iPad that I ordered a couple of weeks before lockdown. So I was stoked with that. I started drawing some cartoons, and then suddenly put them on my Instagram, and they went off, and everyone started wanting their own personalised cartoon, and you've got your own now too.
I got two.
Yeah, exactly. That cartoon side actually took off, and I'm just working on at the moment. Actually, a big cartoon commission for a new client in the UK. They're getting 28 goalkeepers drawn on a large poster for all their customers. So that's quite fun, and never really thought that would have come just when I sat down and started doing a bit of drawing for fun. So yeah.
Too good. Well, mate, I've loved your work. I appreciate you dragging you to the side and making you film my intro at the Saints game last year, and all the little things, mate, and my new case that arrived yesterday. So, mate, go well over the next time. I look forward to catching up soon. Thanks for the chat today, and just keep up the good work. But lastly, where can the people find you, and how can they get in touch?
You'll be able to check out my website, www.westerndesign.co.nz, or a lot of people to kind of see all my behind-the-scenes content and stuff like that on Instagram at Western Design Sport. Otherwise, just flick me an email, blake@westerndesign.co.nz.
Fantastic stuff. Blake Weston from Western Design. Go well, my friend.
Perfect. Talk to you soon.